This is Boomer Life on CL650.
Hey, welcome back to Boomer Life. We're talking about getting a good night's sleep, and maybe you're not getting a good night's sleep. We have with us from SleepShop, the sleep experts, Farouk Manji. Welcome back to the show. Now, we had Dr. John Fleetum on for the first several segments here on the show. He is the founder and co-director, UBC Hospital Sleep Disorder Program, part of VGH. What are your initial thoughts listening to what I didn't know was a world-renowned sleep clinic and a center of excellence? What did you learn from all of that?
It was just amazing information, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the just some of the symptoms that we don't even really think about, like the dreaming.
Yeah.
If you haven't dreamed for a while, these were just wonderful tips that that he provided. It brings me back to some of the things that we do recognize also through our comfort testing and the questions that we do ask our customers in store who have experienced either the snoring or the sleep apnea, and then how we relate that back to the adjustable foundations or some of the different pillows that we have.
Well, I didn't realize that snoring is on the same spectrum as sleep apnea. Obviously, someone's snoring and they're restricting their airway to some extent, because that's what the snoring is. The muscles relaxed in the back of your throat, all the way up to that opening in your throat closes, and you're starving your body of oxygen, and then your body wakes you up to start the breathing process again. So that's all part of it. So we just think, I even mentioned it, you're just a good old-fashioned snorer versus sleep apnea. And he says, no, they're actually all on the same spectrum.
Yes.
So people come into you all the time and say, my husband snores. I guess now you know that, well, that's part of not getting a good night's sleep.
Yes, and the different triggers in your body, right, to help you, or to at least alert you or to wake you naturally to say, listen, your body's in a little bit of distress. What can you do? But then alongside with that are the different aids, obviously, in addition to the CPAP machine that you should also be aware of.
You must be seeing it as well. How many people are coming in and are using a CPAP machine now?
Oh, every day.
Really?
Yeah, in all our stores, our staff are always mentioning exactly that the customer had come in. We just had a gentleman just the other day who actually brought his own machine in because he wanted to try out the different mattresses along with different wedges to see that the two will be working in unison well enough so that he could use a CPAP machine but also sleep slightly elevated, because he would think that would just enhance his sleep quality.
Okay, so what is a sleep wedge?
So these wedges, they're essentially designed with a top layer, an inch of memory foam, which is then on top of a wedge that is anywhere from 18 degrees to 23 degrees in an angle. And they sit about 24 inches long, and you essentially use your own pillow on top of this sleep wedge. It's the most comfortable type of surface to sleep on. So, and it can address a number of things. If you like to read in bed, you can use the wedge. If you have sleep apnea, or if you suffer from snoring, or even acid reflux, you could use the sleep wedge.
But this would be good for back sleepers, not so much for side sleepers.
It actually works on your side, and
Really?
that's the reason for the memory foam, to add that extra comfort if you are a side sleeper. And the angle that it creates is not too high that it's uncomfortable to sleep on your side. Pregnant women also use this as well in their early stages of pregnancy, to use that. And it, again, helps them fall asleep and stay asleep.
Now, Dr. Fleetum also mentioned that, they call them motherhood issues around, getting a good night's sleep is, make sure you get your 8 hours, a quiet room, dim the lights, have a sort of a routine around going to bed, all those sorts of things. And he also touched on the fact that having a comfy bed is vital. So what have you found in your research about the comfort of the bed and the duration of sleep?
That is a very, very personal situation where it will depend on the individual's needs. And then, as he mentioned, in terms of there are different body shapes, heights, and weights that will play a factor into this. So there's no one sort of trick solution for everybody. And that's part of what we do in terms of our comfort testing and asking the right questions. So if there is a couple, for example, that one suffers from one issue and another suffers from another, the type of mattress that we'll recommend may not be the right one for both of them. So we'll have to find a balance between the two.
And I didn't know this, but you can custom order a mattress to have different firmnesses on either side of the bed, right?
Absolutely.
And you were mentioning that the actual uh, foundation for the mattress, the coil springs for the most part, is the same. It's what's put on top that makes it either firm or soft. So that's what you tailor.
Exactly. So, well, there's two different ways. If you want to go with a foundation that's designed with the coil system, the layers on top can be interchangeable, and you can then decide if you want the same type of support underneath, but change the top surface will change the comfort. Going to the other side, you can go with we customize latex mattresses. They are the all natural type of product, and we can then customize the comfort layers right from the bottom to the top.
Okay. So that you have the bronze, silver, and gold pricing. I guess that's the most expensive.
That's
So
right.
when you have somebody that they're different kinds of sleepers, one sleeps on on their stomach, one sleeps on their back, and one wants it firm, wants it. So what's the easiest way to achieve that?
The optimal is definitely going with a more medium firm comfort.
Hmm.
And this is another big misnomer that people often think I got to get a very firm bed and that's going to be the best for my back and my sleep comfort, etc. But we found over and over again through different comfort testing that you really want the optimal sleep surface should be a medium firm in terms of its comfort, but definitely will have a good support underneath.
Now, Sleep Shop, the sleep experts. So, what kind of expertise do you put into choosing the bed? How do you go through that process of buying a bed?
So as the customers come in, the first thing we do right off is just ask them if they've been comfort tested, and that's the most critical part of buying the right type of mattress. You need to understand what the differences are between a soft, a medium, and a firmer feeling bed. After we've comfort tested them, we'll fit you into the right pillow. So if you've got a good pillow at home, we'll ask you, well, what kind of pillow it is, and we'll bring you something similar. But if you don't, and most people don't have a good pillow, as that's something that people change all the time trying to find the right
You
one.
say it's a bed for your head.
It is a bed for your head. That's the second heaviest part of your body. It needs the right type of support to give you the spinal alignment, to support your head so that you can rest. And
No, I travel a lot, and I can attest to this. Hotels often have pillows that are wafer thin, so there's nothing there. You got to stack a couple of them together, or they're way too high, and your neck's cricked at an angle that you're not getting a good night's sleep. But that is worse, having your head elevated at too high an angle and you can't sleep. So, what is the right sort of geometry for your body and your head and your pillow? How should some? I've heard some people say you shouldn't sleep with a pillow. Have you ever heard that too?
yes,
Yeah.
and there are some people that just absolutely don't sleep with a pillow. So the first important way to determine that is you have to know how you sleep.
Hmm.
So if you're a side sleeper, there are certain pillows designed for that. If you're a back or a stomach sleeper, then there are pillows designed for that as well. So it'll really depend on your sleeping position.
And then you have all of the different materials, right? You've got your spring sort of bed with the topper on top of it. Then you've got now latex, and also you have the memory foam. And where is the trend going? There is a trend.
There's not really a trend, but people are definitely moving away from coil spring mattresses. The memory foam choices and or the latex choices are definitely where people are going. And the biggest reason for that is those mattresses generally will give you the more natural um, body alignment
Hmm.
where you're not creating any pressure points on the body. So we've got a good selection of both, and then that's where we'll show the customer the differences between the two.
Is there a bit of a premium for those styles of mattresses over a regular coil spring in price?
Not anymore.
Oh,
There
really?
used to be. At
Okay.
one time,
I was going
it
to say, are
was
people waking up, pardon the pun, to the fact that maybe it's a good investment to have a better mattress?
absolutely. So there are still, you can still get those products in the affordable price ranges now, but they definitely will can get up to the most premium.
All right, quick last minute here on Sleep Shop. You have 4 locations, right? So you have Vancouver. That's the one I bought my bed at, which is at Oak and Broadway, basically,
Correct.
right? Abbotsford,
Yes.
Langley,
Yes.
and Richmond.
And
I got them all.
Perfect.
And a new one to come, right?
Yes.
We can't let the cat out of the bag on that one, but it'll be somewhere in the Lower Mainland.
That's right.
All right, Farooq Manji, thank you very much, and thanks for organizing Dr. John Fleedham. Wow, great guest, super knowledgeable about everything when it comes to sleep. So thank you for your time.
It's my pleasure.
And best of luck with Sleep Shop and your new location.
Thank
to
you.
come soon. I'm Zach Spencer. Thanks for listening to Boomer Life, and we'll talk to you next time right here on CL 650.